Hello, I am going to tell you about the moment when I was most happy in my life. To put you in context, I have played basketball since I was 10 years old. I have belonged to several teams, and one that showed me a lot of things was Orca's basketball team. I was there since third year of junior high school and all high school. The team started just as a hobby, and we trained once a week, and we had games not very frequently. But with time, we adapted and we realized that we have the ability and the confidence to be better each time. We were improving to the point of training 4 times a week and joining a league in La Ulsa de la Condesa. It's a university where the best teams in the city were playing. With the pass of time, my team became my best friends, and nowadays I consider them like my family. At the end of the first season in La Ulsa, it was very bad for us. We almost lost all the games, and we realized how much we had to work and to improve. But the following season was totally the opposite. We knew how to solve the problems in the court, and also we were going to tournaments outside the city in which we won the first place in Aguascalientes and the second place in Irapuato. Totally, we were feeling with confidence and experience. Then we were achieving better results also, and we managed to be the first place in one of the best leagues in the city. Personally, I was going through my best moment since when I started in the team, I wasn't even in the starter team. I always get from the bench and I had to earn my place. In that season, I showed what I was capable of, and I got a place in the starting team, playing as forward and base. I was delighted by my performance and especially by the team, which after winning the league, we were at an incredible level and we have been chosen to participate in a tournament in the city of Las Vegas to represent Mexico. So as you can imagine, I was in shock because haven't left the country before, and the idea of being chosen to represent Mexico, existing many other teams in the country, was making me very proud. But also I got very nervous because I had so much pressure in myself because I was going to represent my country in an international tournament. So the idea of doing that was not fitting in my head. The process was kind of difficult for going to Las Vegas since I had to go to renew my visa, the passport, to get permission to leave Mexico without my parents, because at that time I was like 17 years old, so I wasn't an adult. In addition to that, I had to get the money to travel because accommodation and meals would be totally for our own. Also, my parents had a lot of financial problems at that time. And there was a time when they told me that I could not go. So I was very sad. But as you can imagine, I'm a big believer of that only you can make your own limits. So I decided to start selling chocolates to be able to pay my trip. I went to malls, to my school, with my friends, to my family to sell the chocolates. And at first, I was kind of ashamed because this was all new to me. But I was always remembering for what I was working for. And finally, I succeed and get most of the money with the help of my parents. And I complete all the money to pay the trip. It was an incredible experience, honestly. I get to know a spectacular city. It was the best experience in my life, as you can imagine. We stayed 1 week in which we were going to play 4 games. And for there, it depends what we win if we move to the next round. So the first game, as you can imagine, I was extremely nervous because I was looking to the other team and they were completely different from us. They were very tall. Physically, they were very tall. They were fat and black guys. The truth is that they intimidated me. They looked like the NBA players, honestly. And well, the game started and I felt super uncomfortable. I was very tired. I felt heavy. It was difficult for me to breathe. And the way the other team played, it was totally different as the way Mexico is played. So we lost the game, and the other two games were more of the same. We lost. I couldn't feel comfortable in the entire tournament, and the game system played in the USA was killing me. Until I reached the point that after finishing the third game, in our third consecutive defeat, I cried because I was very frustrated. But that made me realize how much I have to work physically, but mainly mentally, because the nerves didn't let me perform as I wanted to. We represent the 2000 and 2021 category, and we did not get a good performance. But in the other side of the stadium, they were competing in the 2003 category, which from Mexico were represented by Los Triquis, who are very famous in Mexico because they used to play without sneakers. In that tournament, of course, they was playing with shoes. They were playing with shoes. I could see that they were very prepared, and they were playing an impressive level. They look short and everything, but with an incredible attitude. And I think that's what matters the most. And they had a lot of talent, of course, and they get into the final round, I think, but we were not longer there. So I couldn't see if they win or not. But well, this tournament, I realized that we had to take it more seriously because we were very relaxed at that time. We were like tourists there, and we ate very bad because the food was very expensive, and we only ate fast food, McDonald's, and that stuff. And at the third day, my stomach was dead. Also, we slept until 3 in the morning, so we were not prepared to perform well. Leaving the tournament behind, I really had an incredible time. The city, it is how it's shown in the movies. It's full of lights. The constructions are amazing. It, of course, it's very expensive, and I could only buy things in the outlet for me and for my parents and for my grandparents, of course. And the truth is that it was the best experience of my life. And although we did not get a good performance, I do have many memories, experience, and of course, I am able to say that I went to Las Vegas to represent Mexico. And right now that I start thinking about those moments, it makes me very nostalgic to remember those moments of happiness that I have with my team. But right now, due to certain circumstances, the team is no longer alive. Each one of the team took his own way. And for my part, I'm no longer playing basketball. But hey, that was my happiest moment of my life.